Greetings, everyone. My name is Jonathan Bailey, and I'm from the site Plagiarism Today, which can be found at plagiarismtoday.com. And first off, if I appear a little bit shorter today, it's because my office chair tried to kill me on Friday, and it is currently being punished elsewhere in the house. It will be whipped into shape and brought back, I'm sure, in later episodes, if not replaced soon. But in the meantime, I'm sitting on a very small folding chair. That's the reason. Well, today's story, I've got to start with a bit of a caveat, if you will. I don't watch much TV, and I really don't watch much reality television. I just don't know much about reality TV at all. I've seen a few episodes. There've been a few series I haven't absolutely hated, and I'm just not a big fan of that particular genre of TV show. So if I say something that's factually inaccurate, or offensive, or stupid, or whatever, feel free to leave me a comment and curse me out, but please do it in mind that I am not a fan of that particular genre TV show. But today's copyright story and today's copyright conundrum deals with reality TV, so we have to talk about it. Basically speaking, not too many details about the story, but people at CBS who produce Big Brother are very upset at a show called Glass Houses, which is scheduled to debut sometime, I believe, in June on ABC. And they're saying that the show is too similar and that this is a quote-unquote classic case, and I hate doing the air quotes, classic case of copyright infringement. But it's important to make sure that that's a quote, because I really don't think this is a classic case of copyright infringement. When I think of classics in anything, I go back to the roots. And the roots of copyright, well, here at least in the United States, goes back to the Founding Fathers and the Constitution. And I just can't imagine, Benjamin Franklin and whatnot, sitting around debating whether or not Big Brother deserved copyright protection when building the copyright law into the Constitution. Whenever, putting the initial idea of copyright, the U.S. version of copyright in the Constitution, and go back to that or the Statute of Anne. To me, a classic case of copyright infringement would be one book publisher ripping off a book from another publisher. That's a classic case of copyright infringement, not anything to do with reality TV, but I digress. It seems, though, that this case raises a lot of very interesting copyright questions. And here's where I'm going to get foot and mouth syndrome regarding reality TV. The concept of reality TV, as I understand it, is that you're supposed to have an idea. That idea could be to get a bunch of strangers into a house and have them play some kind of game. It could be to have a singing contest. It could be to have a talent contest. It could be to have a wacky game show where people bounce off rubber balls and splash into pools. It could be a lot of different things. But you start with an idea, you get a bunch of people together, you shoot people unscripted executing this idea, and you form a show out of it. That's supposedly the big notion of reality TV, that it's unscripted. And that's, from a copyright standpoint, a very interesting thing, because copyright does not protect ideas. It protects ideas once they have been fixed into a tangible medium of expression, fixed, that fixation of it. So without a script, there's a lot less copyright protection, at least in my view, at least in my estimation. Once again, also, any copyright experts in this field definitely want to chime in. Comments below, please. Feel free. I'm largely doing guesswork here. Like I said, no reality TV show expert, and certainly not one as it relates to copyright. But anyways, the point being here, ideas are not copyrighted, and reality TV is supposed to start from the idea. Well, of course, they're going to have protection in the actual footage they shoot. They're going to have protection in, any music or artwork that they make as part of the show, but they're not going to have protection in the idea of it. And so basically, until that camera starts rolling, no copyright protection theoretically exists. But we're all adults, and we stopped believing in Santa Claus some time ago. We all know that these shows are scripted. It's a bit like, wrestling is fake and whatnot. We all know this. This is an open secret. Reality shows do indeed have writers. They're usually called, I believe, story editors. And what the story editor does varies from show to show. Sometimes it involves just outright writing a script. Sometimes it involves taking footage shot organically and then piecing together a cohesive story out of it. Because a lot of times what's actually shown is shown in a different order and presented in a different way than what actually happened. The idea is more about creating a cohesive story that fits in the time block allowed. So basically what you have is an entire genre whose concept is we're an idea and nothing more, threatening to sue over that idea. Now, my question is this: is CBS going to take ABC to task and admit that there are scripted portions of the show? If there are they going to admit this? Are they going to admit how much of it is pre-planned, prepared? Are they going to talk about the documents they have internally and how much work comes and how much of it is predetermined before the camera starts rolling? How much of it is written down, whether it's an actual script, whether it's preparations, or whatever? Are they going to talk about that? Because that would seem to me at least to give them greater copyright protection. But the flip side of the coin is it might be disillusioning for some who enjoy, reality TV, but maybe don't realize exactly how much of it's scripted, or maybe they think less of it is than it actually is. Because I know some people do. I mean, there are some people out there that believe wrestling's fake. I'm sure, no, wrestling's real, rather. I believe there are some that believe reality TV is totally unscripted and totally organic. I'm wondering if they're going to risk that, because my thing is this: all reality TV, to me, as the outside observer again, seems fairly derivative. I mean, Big Brother, you could say that harkens its roots back, to a real world, Road Rules and that type of stuff back then. You look at like X Factor versus American Idol versus et cetera, all the talent contests, Dancing with the Stars, you know, Celebrity Apprentice, all of these shows have a lot of interweaving, a lot of ideas which are shared and some that are different. And so where's the line going to be drawn? And a lot of it's going to come down, in my opinion, to the prep work and just exactly how much of it is scripted out beforehand. And I don't think reality TV is going to be too excited about the premise of it talking about that. At least not openly. So anyways, just food for thought. Reality TV's copyright status. Where is it? What does it mean? And how much of it comes from, what is done before the camera rolls? There's a lot of interesting questions here, and I don't have any really good answers, but it's a fascinating topic to me. And if I could study more without watching more reality TV, I probably would really get involved in this question. But I can't. So on that note, if you have any thoughts, leave your comments below. Leave them on the Facebook page, leave them on the Twitter page. Love to hear what you have to say. Until next time, though, this is Jonathan Bailey, signing off.